Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today, we're going to be talking about the quarterback rankings pre-NFL Combine. And, my rankings of what I think they are. My grades currently, and, maybe some grades could change, but quarterback seems pretty set in stone. So if you guys do enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. Let's get into this video. There it is. Okay, so quarterback rankings. Very last individual ranking of the pre-NFL Combine. Obviously, after the Combine, probably about a week after the Combine, I'm gonna do two videos, an offense and defensive rankings of my top 5 at each position. Maybe some honorable mentions, but usually it's my top 5 at each position group post NFL Combine, pre NFL Draft. So, you know, after this, you still have some content to expect from honorable mentions. First honorable mention is gonna be Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. He's gonna be a 24-year-old rookie. And I think it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. He did not start producing until his 6th season in college, mostly because of injuries. Honestly, this is the first year that he really had like a whole season of starting, almost his entire college career, and he played well. But his freshman season was 2018. Like, I put that in bold, capital letters with exclamation points. His freshman season was 2018, guys. Like, 2018. That is insane. I was in high school still in 2018. I hadn't graduated high school yet in 2018. Insanity. He can throw a deep ball. He definitely has an arm for it. I don't think it's consistent enough with the pinpoint accuracy and the arm strength as the other guys in this class. He can throw deep balls. He can. But I just don't think it's consistent enough to, with the Drake Mays and Caleb Williams, guys above him. But I think you can still, develop that as a head coach or offensive coordinator. That's something that you can develop. He struggles with pocket presence. I feel that a lot of clean pockets that happen, he gets out of them too quickly because he feels that pressure coming onto him. Now, is that because he's had injuries in the past? That could be part of it. Maybe he's trying to, protect his body. But he struggles with pocket presence still. I think he's still going to need a year or two of development in the NFL before I can see him becoming a consistent starter, especially with some of these teams that are hired towards the beginning of the draft. I have him as a grade of a day 2 pick. I don't see him going in the first round. I would not take him in the first round. Because remember, in the first round, you get that 5th-year deal, that 5th-year option. His 5th-year option, he'd be 29 years old. No. I'm sorry. I'm not taking a quarterback who's 24, who still needs a year or two of development in the NFL to be an immediate impact starter. No, I'm not taking him in the first round. I think a day 2 pick makes a lot of sense. You can sit him for a year, develop him behind one of these aged quarterbacks, maybe like a Russ, wherever he ends up, a Derek Carr maybe in New Orleans. Maybe you could take Michael Penix in the second. But I think it might go in the first round. But my personal opinion is he's a 2nd-round pick. Next up, we have Bo Nix, the quarterback from Oregon. I don't know why I said it like that. But I'm asking you guys, I don't get the top 3 hype. A lot of people are saying he could be the 4th quarterback off the board. So I guess that's top 4 hype. I don't see him as a 1st-round pick. I really don't. 24 years old in college with 60 college games is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. This guy has 60 college games. 60 college games. And he needed every single game to prove he was worth a draft pick. I'm not high on Bo Nix. I think he definitely has some upside. He has developed every single year in college. The thing is, he needed 6 years to develop into a top 2 rounds draft pick. He's higher on every other draft board. I get it. A lot of people are saying that the Denver Broncos in the 1st round are going to take Bo Nix. I don't get the hype. I don't see the value in the 1st round. They have too many holes. I think every other team in the NFL has holes they need to fill before a Bo Nix type of quarterback can be taken in the 1st round. In the 2nd round, I think he's a great pick. I just don't see him as a 1st-round pick. Again, he is throwing at the combine, so I'll be able to see it. His accuracy, more of his deep ball throwing as well. Obviously, it's no pads, no 11 guys rushing at you. No real hype, I guess, behind it. But I don't think he's jettisoned to above other guys. But maybe I can see him as maybe a potential 1st-round pick. But for me, Bo Nix and Michael Penix are both 2nd-round picks. I just don't see the hype for them. But the guy you see hype for is JJ McCarthy. JJ, in my opinion, is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this class. I think he knows when to throw the ball away. He knows when lanes are opening up. He has great footwork. He's never not constantly moving around in the pocket trying to set his feet. He's constantly looking for that pass. Once he finds it, set his feet, boom, delivers a strike. He has a great frame as well with his height and his weight. He can throw his body around to get 1st downs, but he's definitely more of a pocket passer as well. His pocket presence needs help. Same thing with Michael Penix. I feel like he needs to sit down in that pocket a little bit more than he's used to. And I think if you can get him towards the end of the first round, those better teams with better offensive lines, I think JJ McCarthy can do really well in. He's gonna fit best with time throws, open receivers. I've been saying I think the best fit for JJ McCarthy is the New England Patriots. I think Alex Van Pelt would love a JJ McCarthy type of quarterback. Obviously, they're at pick number three, or four. So they'll be able to take Jaden Daniels, Drake May, or Caleb Williams, whichever one slips past them. But if they want to find a value pick in JJ McCarthy, they could trade back and draft JJ McCarthy, and I think he'd be a really good guy from day one. I've been high longer than most other guys. I see JJ as a first round pick. I've been seeing him as a first round pick. In my opinion, the latest he's gonna go is pick 32, and a team's gonna trade up to pick 32. They get his 5th year option, because I think this could be a Lamar Jackson type of guy where everyone is lower on him than he should be. He starts slipping down the draft board, and at pick 32, a team trades up, drafts him that has an aged quarterback, and has that 5th year option in case they want to use it. I think it makes a lot of sense. I like his accuracy. I like his footwork. I have him as a first round pick. Then my quarterback number 3 is Jaden Daniels from LSU. He's a dual threat quarterback for the future. While Jaden Daniels is a dual threat quarterback, I think he definitely relies more on his arm than his legs. He can start right away if needed. I don't think I would sit him year one. I think I'd definitely feel comfortable with him starting year one. Let's just say he goes to the New York Giants, the Seattle Seahawks, the Atlanta Falcons. I'd start him day one, and I think he could thrive really well. But if you want to sit him behind a veteran, I think it makes a lot of sense as well. But I think I could start him right away. He makes big time throws. He has the arm to make big time throws, has the accuracy. Little turnover rate despite the big time throws that he attempts. Doesn't turn the ball over with dumb turnovers. He might not have the elite arm, but he has an NFL arm, which I think is all that you need. He's going to be a top 10 pick. I don't know about number 3, because a lot of people are saying that it's going to go Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels at 1, 2, 3. I'm not a fan of 3 quarterbacks 3 in a row, especially when you have Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, Olufashanu. Like, you have 4 other guys that are all in competition for top 5 picks. I don't know if Jaden Daniels gets taken at 3. I see him going more towards 5 or 6. Maybe the Giants trade up and grab him. The Falcons trade up and grab him. I just don't see whoever's at 3 sitting and taking Jaden Daniels. I think I would rather get him with probably pick 5, pick 6. So I do have him as a top 10 pick. I think he's a future Giant or Seahawk though. I think the Giants could use Jaden Daniels immediately. We've seen what Brian Daboll can do with his exact prototype of quarterback. He turned Josh Allen into a MVP candidate. He turned his first season with Daniel Jones healthy. They were a playoff team, and Daniel Jones had the best year of his career. I think Jaden Daniels could be an exact guy that Brian Daboll could want to come into the building and play exactly how he wants. I am as a top 10 pick. Not top 3, not top 5. I think top 10 is a comfortable place to put him. Quarterback number 2 is obviously Drake May as well from UNC. He had a down season from last year. Coming from last year, I actually thought Drake May and Caleb Williams would be more of a, you could go either way. But I think it's pretty solidified that Caleb Williams is a number 1 overall pick now. He comps more a structured pocket passer in the NFL. Has the legs to get first downs, but definitely not the legs to rely on for a run game. He definitely is more of a structured passer, with time throws and open receivers, and makes accurate throws as well. But I think he definitely is more of that like prototypical Peyton Manning gunslinger, right? He's gonna thrive with tight windows. He definitely makes throws happen that shouldn't be available, but he makes it work anyway. He can turn an okay offense into a good offense. He can elevate the floor of your receivers, your offensive line, your running backs. Again, he has the legs to run for first downs, and he has the arm talent to throw the ball anywhere, basically. He had good wide receivers, but never did anything significant in college, which could be a downside, but I think their defense also was not good at UNC. But Josh Downs, he did lose Josh Downs in the draft last year. That obviously didn't help. I'm a big fan of Tez Walker and Bryson Nesbitt, though. As you guys know from my offseason plans, I'm high on both those guys. So for me, it's like, okay, man, I'm really high on your number 1 and your number 3 wide receiver. Why was this offense not generational, right? But Drake May, definitely still my number 2 quarterback. I don't believe any of the things going out right now about him being a inaccurate passer and like all the off the field issues. Not really a big believer in that. He needs to get better at looking off reads, though. I've been saying this. I feel like Drake May, when let's say the play is 4 vert, right? 4 vertical routes. Everyone is run down the field. What he does is he goes, okay, hike, looks at Tez Walker and distracts Tez Walker, throw at Tez Walker. Like, I don't see him going off reads, looking off defenses, trying to find a guy, go back to Tez Walker, boom. No, he is open. Boom. Like, I need him to look off defenders. I need him to look off double coverages. Like, I need to see more of that in the NFL. So hopefully whatever team does draft him can, help develop that part of his game. I have him as a top 2 pick. I think it makes a lot of sense. Quarterback number 1 is Caleb Williams. Like, it's this is why I made the quarterbacks last, and it's so obvious who's number 1, 2, and 3. But Caleb Williams is an elite thrower and runner of the football. He can fit any single offense, whether it's structured, whether it's make things happen with a superhero cape. He can make any throw. I think he definitely fits more in a hybrid offense where he can use his legs to get big plays, but not over reliant on it, because he's not a Lamar Jackson. He's not a Josh Allen. Like, he's a guy who will scramble for yards if needed, but that does not rely on his legs to get those yards, right? He'd rather break outside the pocket, find a receiver off 1 foot platform, boom, dots. He has good pocket presence as well. Ironic enough that the guy who has the best agility outside of Jaden Daniels in the top 5 quarterbacks has the best pocket presence. He's one of the most agile ones. He just knows when the pocket is clean and when it's starting to break down. He doesn't leave early. He doesn't leave late. He doesn't give up sacks. At USC, they just did not really support him with the offensive line, with a defense either. I feel like he definitely got left out to dry too often than not, which is not good. He's not going to test the combine. Honestly, I made this before the combine, but he's not tested at the combine. He's not throwing. That's whatever. You can only go down when you throw when you're the number 1 overall pick. I don't get the hate of him. I feel like people hate him for off the field issues because he's more outspoken. He's an advocate for social justice stuff. He paints his nails. He wears fashion clothing. Like, I think that a lot of people don't like him because of that. And I think it's really unfair because he has a personality and he lets that personality shine on his social media. What's the issue with that? That's what everyone does. That's what every single person does. So I'm a big fan of Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be a really good player. I'm not going to say a generational player. I'm not going to say a top 5 quarterback in the first 3 years of his career. I think he'd be a good NFL quarterback. But in my opinion, I think JJ McCarthy has the best upside of a non-top 3 quarterback, right? So of him, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Spencer Rattler, any other guy in the NFL draft, I think JJ McCarthy has the highest upside of those guys. But I think Caleb Williams will be head and shoulders the best quarterback from this class. Jaden Daniels and JJ McCarthy can definitely debate for that. I think Drake May just gonna be a good starter, right? I think there's nothing wrong with that. Having a good quarterback, a good starter who's solid for 10 years, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's my rankings of the quarterback class pre-NFL Combine. So if you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. And I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.